Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see the entire first quarter. I fell asleep, but I didn't miss much. It was 0-0. So, yeah. Um Broncos lose 17 to 13 over the Las Vegas Raiders. We're 0-4 against the Raiders in Vegas. The last 3 seasons we are 1-5 against them. They are owning us lately, and you know, I'm just emotionally detached from the Broncos now because there's nothing to play for. These next 2 games don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. They can forfeit both. Who cares? These next games don't mean anything. When your coach doesn't care, it doesn't care. They don't care. Remember the 4th and 4? We don't go for it. We kick a long field goal. McManus misses it, and he's pissed at fucking fangio. He's like, "What the fuck? You're giving me no field position, no good field position." That's just being a pussy. There's like 4 minutes left, and their season's on the line. You're not going for a touchdown against the Raiders. It's stupid, man. Vic Fangio needs to go. Pat Shurmur is the cancer on this team. He needs to go. He fucked so many players up. He's ruining this offense. The offensive line was bad. It was bad. Schlottman's terrible. I think he's worse than Cushenberry. I apologize to Cushenberry. You suck, Lloyd Cushenberry. You're not as good. You're not as bad as Schlottman. Schlottman's a backup. Cushenberry, I want him to get better. After looking at Schlottman, Schlottman's fucking dog shit. Drew Lock played okay. He didn't play the best. He didn't throw any touchdowns. He got us a couple field goals. That's just because our offense sucks and our running game didn't work. So let's look and recap the game, shall we? So first quarter, nothing happened really. I think because I didn't watch it, but I know nothing happened. Scoring plays. So that game was quick for me because I didn't watch the first quarter. So the first touchdown was 11:01 into the game. 11:01 into the game. And they got a touchdown. Hunter Renfrow touchdown. So good for the Raiders, I guess. And then the Broncos answered back going down the field, stalling, and then kicking a field goal, cutting it to 4. And then the Broncos get a fumble from Josh Jacobs, I think. That was it. Yeah, Josh Jacobs. And then they kick another field goal because Jerry Jeudy dropped the ball. Like, there were some drops that were bad, like Jerry Jeudy's drop. It would have been a first down. Like, again, Jerry Jeudy, come on, man. I want you to be better. That drop by Albert O late in the game was terrible. That would have set us up for like at least a shot at a touchdown. But Albert O, he's sold on that. I don't like. O line sucked too. All right, and then with less than a minute left, the Raiders are like, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. They could have taken a knee, but Derek Carr throws it. Bradley Chubb tips it up. He gets a pick. First career interception. Gets us near the goal line. Javonte Williams runs it in. Broncos are up 13-7. So instead of being down 7-6 or worse, they're up 13-7 because of their defense. Their defense scored almost all their points this season. This game. Like, the defense did really everything. And then the third quarter, they got a touchdown right off the bat. 9 plays, 75 yards. Payne Barber, 5-yard run. They ran the ball, and that's really good. And then their only field goal, Dylan Carlson pops it through. Uprights, 17-13. And we don't do nothing. We scored nothing. We were shut out in the second half. We won the turnover battle. We got 3 turnovers. 2 fumbles, 1 interception. The only thing the defense didn't really do against the run, Jacobs had a good game. Barber had a touchdown. Like, we did bad against the run, and the run killed us both ways. We couldn't run the ball, and they ran the ball over us. Jacobs had a great game, 27 carries. We didn't run the ball. We ran the ball 16 times. Javonte, 12 yards. He didn't have a good game, but again, the offensive line sucked. Drew Lock, 10 yards. Gordon, -5. I want him gone, man. Melvin Gordon needs to go. Javonte's a starter. Javonte Williams is the starter. If we ran the ball with Melvin Gordon after that interception, he would have fumbled it. You know why? It was a crucial situation. That's what Gordon does. So Gordon needs to go, man. He needs to go. I'm not saying it was all his fault. The O-line was fucking dog shit. And you gotta give Gordon a little bit of a break, but at the same time, he doesn't find the holes like fucking Javonte. He doesn't have the speed like Javonte. He doesn't have the age. He doesn't have the age on his side like Javonte, and he's making $8 million unlike Javonte. So he needs to go. Judy had an okay game. He had an okay game. 60 yard, 3 receptions. That drop was bad. Cortland Sutton, yeah. Fant did okay. He had that one nice mid-field catch for a first down. Tim Patrick, yeah. Javonte, yeah. Albero is a fucking dipshit for dropping that ball. Wow, Gordon had 4 yards receiving. And then the fumble recoveries for the Broncos. Mike Purcell recovered 1. Draymond Jones recovered 1. Derek Carr has 1 fumble. He lost it. Josh Jacobs fumbled. That was his fault, man. As for our defense, 2 tackles for loss for Jonas Griffin. He's been playing okay. Browning did okay. I hope Darby's fine. Harris had 1.5 sacks. He had an okay game. He had a forced fumble. I thought Chubb did solid. Of course, he got his first career pick. Weatherly did okay. But they sucked against the run. No one can deny that. Harris, you gotta step up. Only 3 tackles for loss. That's bad. Yeah, interception, Bradley Chubb. That I thought he would never get an interception, but good for Bradley Chubb, man. He almost had a pick 6 too. For the Raiders, I thought Carr played like dog shit, and we still won. He threw 201 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He fumbled it. The running game won him the game. Josh Jacobs, 129 yards, 27 carries. They ran the ball 40 times. We ran it 16. I hate Pat Shurmur. Yeah, Carr ran a little bit. Moreau had that catch to seal the deal. Zay Jones was doing okay. Hunter Renfrow had that touchdown, 40 yards. The receivers did good enough to win. We passed for under 200 yards. You know, I can't blame Drew Lock. I can't. I know, I'm a fan of him, but he didn't play bad. He made a lot of good throws. His O-line sucked. There was a lot of drops too. He didn't play the best. He wasn't like Drew Lock against the Panthers or against the Texans in those games, but he played okay. It's just offensive line was terrible. Fucking Shurmur's calling is terrible. The running game didn't work, and credit to the Raiders. Their defense played really good against the run. Who got their sacks? Crosby, of course. Jefferson. And they got 3 QB hits compared to 4 QB hits. So, we had 1 more QB hit. And 2 sacks each. 2 sacks each. It shows 2 sacks doesn't look good, like bad on the stat sheet, but the O-line was bad. They got a lot of pressure on us. These next games don't mean anything for the Broncos. If you beat the Chiefs, they're gonna have their B League, C League, G League rosters. If they beat the Bengals, so like that game doesn't matter. Again, and against the Chargers, they just lost to the Texans, man. They're one of the most overrated teams. The Chargers are. I don't care. Let me get on this. The Chargers are one of the most overrated teams of the whole season, and it showed because they lost to the Texans and Davis Goat Mills. I know they have a better record than us, but that doesn't mean jack shit. So, yeah. So next week's they're gonna go to LA and probably lose by like 2 points. That's what I think. It's gonna be a close game because Fangio still thinks he's gonna have a job at the end of the year. Shurmur thinks he's gonna have a job at the end of the year. Elway is meddling in the fucking front office. I just want this team to get better. And it starts with the front office, John Elway, Joe Ellis, and we need an owner. Let Payton do his thing. We have the number 11th overall pick, so we're close to a top 10 pick. We have a high pick now. That's the only positive of losing, but that's like a losing mentality. I don't take that shit. I want to win these next 2 games. I don't care. I know it's meaningless, but I just want to win. We got swept by the fucking Raiders. And we could sweep the Chargers because they're dog shit, but like at the same time they have like a more of explosive offense. They have a coach that actually is willing to go for it when the game's on the line. I know he goes for it way much, but Fangio at the beginning of the year when the games didn't matter as much, when we played these Mickey Mouse clubs like the Jags, the fucking Jets, and the Giants, we went for it all the time. But no, when the season's on the line, we don't go for it. So yeah. It was a tough game to watch. I know I watched only 3 quarters, but the offense, the only time they scored like without their defense helping them was a field goal. The other 10 points was because of turnovers. Like the defense did its job. They won the turnover battle. They sucked against the run, but they won the turnover battle, and we couldn't score for them. It's been every fucking year. The defense shows up, doesn't matter who the fuck our coach is, and then the offense just looks like a pee-wee football team. It's sad. It's sad. We'll see what happens next year. I knew the season was over after we lost to the Bengals. Next game will be in LA. It's just, I don't know. This video is way too long. This game pissed me off, but like, I don't know. I'm kind of empty inside. I can't yell. I can't yell because like there's nothing. The only thing would have been nice is to beat the Raiders, split with them, But no, they swept us again. We're probably gonna get swept by the Chiefs. Probably Chad Henne's gonna light us up at our own stadium next week against the Chargers. Maybe Herbert gets mad after losing to the damn Texans. He lights us up and splits with us. I don't know. If we beat the Chargers, I'll be happy sweeping them, but like it wouldn't mean jack shit really in the long term. So I don't know. Fangio has a winning record against the Chargers. He's like 3-1. 2 of them were with Scangarello. Wait. Yeah, he's 4-1. Holy crap. He has a. Either way, if he loses this game against the Chargers, he'll be like 4-2 at the end of his career, and like you just lost to a coach who got fired. Like I don't know, Fangio needs to go. He's just not a good coach. Terrible with clock management. He burned all those timeouts again near the 3 minutes. It's just he's terrible with clock management, terrible with challenging, doesn't know when to go for it. Not a good head coach. He's not a good head coach. He shouldn't be our head coach next year. If he is, I don't know. The only thing that's going to be good is the defense. But like overall, as a head coach, he doesn't motivate players to play better. He doesn't bring anything to the table except his defensive knowledge. And I agree. He's probably going to be a good coordinator next year. He's just not a good head coach, and he needs to leave. Shurmur he's not going to get a job. He's going to be fired from the NFL. They're going to ban him. He's terrible. He's terrible. Okay, everyone have a good night. Go Broncos still. Like, there's 2 more games left. And then we'll see what pick we have. We have the number 11th overall pick. Hey. That's it. Everyone have a good night. Peace.